I'll explain to them what's going on. Hey guys, this is John. With me is Patrick again.
What's up, guys?
He has promised not to cry this time.
Oh boy,
I know that's going to be hard.
Can't live it down. One time only.
It was a lot of crying.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears.
A lot of waterworks.
Yes. So this is AMP week. So it's pretty much Patrick and I and my department and everybody else is out of the building. They're down in Oklahoma City. They are meeting with other producers or processors. Imagine if they were meeting with other like meat processing video producers.
I'd be so jealous.
Looking to
replace us.
It'd be terrible.
There's no way they would go through that much hassle. I don't think.
That's a fair point. They're too busy. So we've got a couple of things to try today. I've got an experiment I've been working on a while in the fridge. I'm just going to real quick. Yep, our audio is good. We are working on chat right now. We tried to do something different. It didn't seem to work out real well, so we're going back to the regular chat. So on waltonsinc.com/live, you should be able to just do your normal chat. I will get the Meatgistics one fixed here in just a couple of minutes. But while we're going, the big news that I won't wait until a podcast to talk about is $500 million in
Wait,
grants.
did I win?
No.
I won the money.
No.
Oh, my God.
$500 million going to small and medium meat processors. That is our target customer.
That's awesome.
This was decided. I mean, I'm of two minds about it. I'm not a huge fan of government spending. This benefits us. I still would rather it didn't happen and that money just wasn't taken out of our paychecks, but whatever. Really, they did it. They saw enough cracks in the food supply chain. Listen, I say they did it like I know. I assume
You were there, yeah.
I assume they did it because they saw enough cracks in the food supply chain, decided that it needed to be shored up, and the best way to do that is getting local processors involved, getting more local people to get their food products from local sources. That ultimately is going to benefit us. I would be last year was a very good year for Walton's. We were one of those weird companies that COVID was not a negative for, sadly.
A lot of people picked it up.
I know I would, and I'm fairly sure Austin would. I don't know about Brett.
About what?
If they would trade not having the craziness.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
a tough question.
I'm just kidding. Obviously, we would prefer that COVID had never happened. So,
what a thought to put him in. We haven't even got started, and we're like less than 5 minutes in, and we're just going to.
We're definitely less than 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
I have a drink here with no ice in it for people who've complained about me drinking and the ice clinking.
Hold on. Tink, tink, clink, clink, tink. Yep, same thing. I saw we were doing a video earlier, and John. One of the biggest pet peeves I have with John in videos, right when he's about to wrap up, he'll start getting animated with his hands, like he's excited about to do something. But this knife was like, he doesn't even know this. This knife was like kind of poking up a little bit, and he was getting.
Oh,
pretty. Yeah, you're about 4 inches away from just smacking yourself. I was like, you know what? For the sake of the video, we got to keep it going.
Somebody made me an axe here out of some products, and you can't see it now. But I cut myself on it last week, like, because I was tossing it around. And I didn't think it was that sharp, but, ooh, I mean, that sliced in there.
Yeah.
That was a quarter bottle of that liquid bandage to try to get it. We have a giveaway going right now for this live stream. It's on waltonsinc.com/live and the Meatgistics live stream section. That is up there. I checked on both of them. Go ahead and enter those. We're going to do a couple things with that. One, we are going to draw some sort of winner for something. I haven't decided yet because we missed last week. Plus, I'm going to start compiling an email list of people who attend these weekly live streams, and we're going to start sending out weekly emails letting you know that these live streams are coming up. Should make it easier to get everybody on the same page, let you know when they're coming. We are also launching a new waltonsinc.com/Waltons events, I think. It is going to be a list of upcoming virtual and physical events. This year we've got a couple of physical events. We've got the Walton Steak Cook-Off coming on August 14th. Yep. Anyone in the Wichita area, Tex isn't going to be here, surprisingly.
Shucks.
Has what's his name? Friends in Low Places.
Okay.
What's his name? The guy who sings Friends in Low Places. The country star. Garth Brooks.
Oh. Oh, how could
you not?
Where did he hide the bodies?
Yeah. He's going to be there. Anyways, we're having.
Wait, he's choosing a country western star.
I think it's a wife thing. I don't think he was given much of a choice.
No, okay. Makes sense.
But we're going to have 75 teams here competing to all see who can cook the best steak. We're going to have Diamond Archery here with a
They call it a 3D youth target
Basically,
range.
they're going to bring some fake animals, targets, and they're going to bring a bow and arrow with a plunger on it.
Any way you look at it, it could be a couple things. It's kids running around and you're shooting them with arrows. 3D youth target range.
That would be so much fun.
But apparently, all it is it's designed for kids. It's actually bow and arrow, but 3D is the actual thing you're shooting at, 3 dimensions. So.
Now, they do actually have a virtual target range at Diamond Archery.
You called them, right?
I called them, and I was like, is that what you're bringing? And
That's not
no,
portable.
we can't move that.
Yeah.
So, makes sense. We're going to
Still awesome, though, to have some kind of activity out there.
Absolutely. We're going to have Wichita Brewing Company here doing beer samples. We're going to have Shaken or Stirred mobile bartender.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome. We're going to get him on the podcast here. There's going to be Backcountry Hunters and Anglers are going to be here. Range 54 and Pass It On are both going to do giveaways.
Food trucks will be there.
Will be firearm related. The Flying Stove and the Underdog are both going to be here. And DJ Carbon.
DJ Carbon.
Who I know very little about because I don't listen to music.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I listen to just such a eclectic mix of stuff anyways that so off my radar. I forgot to put CDs in my car. I have a rotate between 6 of them.
Okay.
And I was forced to listen to the radio because, dude, here's what happened. When I went to the whole car thing the other day with Lincoln.
Oh, yeah.
Not a huge fiasco or anything like that. They tried to charge me for $20 when they said they didn't rotate the tires. Anyways, but I get back in my car. I go, where's my aux cord? I'm looking, and I find it, and I'm like, why is it stuck? Right? And I go, the car's just cleaned out. Why would the aux cord be stuck? It's right where, like, if you were to move the chair at all, it would just crimp it. So it's wedged in such a way that someone put it there and then moved the chair back. That's what I'm going with. So I had to rip. I was so mad I just ripped it out. So anyways, stuck with the radio this morning, and I was listening to
Chat's good.
To just random. I was like, I had of course, who doesn't have an opinion, a snap judgment on a song? And I was like, my opinion means nothing to this because I don't even listen to
that
similar
genre.
That genre, that
Patrick
I mean that
only
country
listens
of
to death
songs.
metal.
No, well, it's one of the
Pretty much
subgenres
death
of metal. Are you more of a new wave of British heavy metal fan?
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So unique.
But like I said, for modern stuff, yes. But let's probably stick to the meat, maybe.
All right.
So Cannibal Corpse is a band.
So
though.
we do need an idea for what we're going to give away today. So post some stuff in the chat. Give us what you'd like to see. It's a weekly live stream, so it's not going to be a vacuum sealer or a stuffer or something like that. But
I mean, the dead
honestly,
giveaway, besides the time of the month that we do these, the Walton's live streams are the big ones. The Meatgistics live streams are weekly, more intended to just do this.
Yep, and we usually don't do a giveaway during this. We're doing this because we missed last week. Honestly, my favorite new toy here is that diamond sharpening home.
Yeah,
stone.
it's cool. I like it. We actually have a spot for it
Absolutely
on
love
the
that
set, so to speak.
Right below the knives.
Yeah.
My knives, this is kind of hard to say. I'm not sure that it doesn't do a better job than the True Hone.
Ooh.
Now,
I mean,
much longer.
so, yeah,
it takes
exactly.
much longer to do. It's not even remotely close. And you can take a butter knife on the True Hone and get it really, really sharp.
Man.
But what I like about that is it's easier to adjust the angle I want. So I want a different angle on my chef's knife than I do on a boning knife. So it's really easy to do with that. You just have to have a somewhat steady hand, which I'm not well known for, but I do pretty good on that. Okay. Let's talk about, we've got 3 kind of projects or whatever to do today. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's go ahead and dive into this one then.
So one of the things we always tell you guys to do when you're adding a new additive or like you're trying to zhuzh up a sausage seasoning, we tell you to add a small amount, what you think might be okay, then take a small portion of that, pan fry it, and see what it tastes like before you go on to the stuffing process. It's not going to be a one-to-one comparison because obviously we've got different texture. We've got way more caramelization on this. The Maillard effect has kicked in here. And that's not going to happen on a snack stick, but it's something. So what we've got here are habanero barbecue snack sticks, and I made up little ground portions of patties of the habanero barbecue patties.
Oh,
So we're
wait,
eating this
smell
first.
it immediately.
Here's the problem. That is our best snack stick.
It's hard to argue against that.
I mean, the only reason Willie's takes the crown from that
Heat just hit me in the back of the throat.
is because it's
More traditional.
it insists upon itself.
Yeah.
It's a little brash, honestly. You get a lot of sweet and then some heat. The Willie's is just a great classic flavor.
Tough part about snack sticks though is that like you can't often judge them by your first bite because the level of inconsistencies you're going to get with just a clump of seasoning here and there. I mean, obviously you could filter
That's
that
why we
stuff
mix
out based on
better.
exactly mix a lot better. But having
But it
said that,
happens.
you're going to get and then the antithesis of that, you're going to get no flavor
On
in
some
a stick,
pieces.
very sparingly so. But like right now, one of my favorites took a little bite. This is probably like what my 500th bite of it. Hit me right in the back of the throat. Very almost unpleasant, so to speak, with the amount of spice. Bite it again, not there. So it depends on how you eat it. I mean, everything's kind of spicy. You manipulate it in the mouth in a way where you don't let it hit all
Sure.
those different spots. But just something to keep in mind.
Another thing is we very rarely make that without cheddar cheese. And this is without cheddar cheese, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We were just talking about cheese goes with everything.
I don't know if it's better or not, though.
It's not better, but like it helps mute that little bit of that
Cuts
something.
it a little bit. It gives you a little bit like creaminess.
Definitely.
Okay. Now this is that just in a patty.
I'm like so not hungry anymore.
You guys have to see the size of the fajita I ate earlier. It was basically a burrito.
Yeah, it really was.
This long. I put pico de gallo, veggies, steak, and cheese on it, and
That pairs really well.
yeah,
As
they're
I'm
both
crying.
excellent. I think this is a decent representation of that.
The
I would say-
caramelization adds a lot to it.
Right. So it changes it. It's not going to be a 1-to-1, but it's pretty good. One thing I would say is we pan fried these as patties. I might recommend you do it just as loose ground so you don't run into that as much. Because to cook the inside, we had to cook the outside even more, so you get that caramelization.
Did you get a little extra smoke when you did that at all? Because I've
We didn't
noticed.
smoke those at all.
I mean, when you did them on the. I mean, did they produce any more?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, because I remember we did a patties on a very spicy seasoning one time.
Okay. Yeah.
I forget
vaguely
which
remember
one.
that.
It was
Habanero barbecue,
something.
habanero mango. That
That's
might
what
have
it
been
was.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the cheese did it, but I remember making burgers and I put them on the stove and I immediately had to like hit on the vent in a
Yep.
window because it'll burn. I mean, burn.
That is
inside of your
probably all the
nostrils,
sugar
though.
in there.
But yeah, I just happened to notice that. But great way to get a little extra flavor because color is flavor, I think, on meat. So.
That's a really good. We should have a patty mix, a patty with just meat, and something like this where we
just on the edge.
cook
of it.
them and see which one takes longer. Because I'll bet you that this outside
Yeah.
insulated the inside and made it harder for heat
Cook.
to pass
Yeah,
through.
sure.
Huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's check chat.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Hey guys. Also, if Tex is here. Tex, I started listening to that podcast. It's the Jocko Willink podcast, and it is episode. and
I
my
actually-
phone is about to die. No,
Neil?
no.
Neil, I actually am Team Orange on Walton's.
It is.
You would think I'm
episode
Team Gray, but nope.
288. It's with this Canadian female soldier and what she dealt with over in the Middle East. It is brutal. And
Wow.
it is dark, but it is really good too. So I would highly recommend that.
That's
for
what I
anyone.
think of when I think of badass Canadian soldiers.
You don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the joke.
They fought in
Did
World
they?
War One and Two. Yeah. Before we
How
joined
come they don't?
World
How
War.
come they don't talk about that at all?
I'm sure they do in Canada.
That's why. That's a good point. Yeah, we don't want to hear that up there.
Before we joined World War One, we had people going up to Canada to enlist in their military to get.
There's so much misinformation with history, and yet we've been in classes called history class.
I don't know that you ever really have though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Are we talking about my
You
generation? Yeah,
specifically.
we've talked about this.
Yeah.
They just didn't like. They thought the textbooks were like surmised in a way that's just like, all right, just learn the
Just
key
get
words.
that.
But I think there's something to that where kids see, oh, here's what you want me to get from this,
Right.
And
So
then
this is all I'm paying
take
attention
that,
to.
but then that's just rented
Most-
information,
yep.
and then you're just going to lose it.
Most of what I've learned of history has been outside of class.
It's
for
you have to have an
sure.
active interest in it, and I think parts that, like, personally for me, that I happen to know a little bit better than others, it's because of that, or it was in a video game I played, or you know what I mean, or
Yep.
some part of fiction that
For
then
sure.
was tied to historical fact. But yeah, it's got. I mean, anything that you are kind of an expert in, you got to have an interest in. So
All right, so I still don't see anybody going through any suggestions for a giveaway today. So we're looking for what we're going to draw a winner from. Over on the side, there is the weekly Meatgistics live stream. Make sure you enter that. We'll draw some winner or ers depending on what we give away.
yeah,
And then for anyone who just joined, I'm also going to compile a list out of there and email people who joined that before we start our weekly live streams. So,
trying to figure out what they're talking about in chat.
what do you mean?
Oh, they're
You look great in that shirt. Would look
well,
even
but then he
better
said
with an
she would
orange
probably
hat.
take Patrick out in heartbeat. What
You
the?
know who she is.
Exactly.
But
All right.
people are really liking that shirt and hat combo.
I don't know.
What about that? How about new
Combo.
Meatgistics long sleeves?
Oh yeah. Oh, what do you mean new ones?
Like, no. I'm saying we have those.
Oh,
What if we
Meatgistics
gave
long
away
sleeves.
those?
I always thought. I mean, I like this now. Something. Oh yeah, that could be cool. Like, just keep this, but just make it long sleeve.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm saying for the giveaway today.
Oh, you want me to take off my shirt? What are you saying? I just
For the giveaway item,
yeah,
Meatgistics long sleeve t-shirt.
that'd be great.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. They're really cool stuff too.
So somebody mentioned them in here. I have yet again tried to make my Parmesan
I got a feeling
crisps
these are gonna be like.
because these things are absolutely delicious and amazing. Wanted to try to make them with different seasonings, different flavors. So this is Parmesan cheese.
Smells like when you walked into a Pizza Hut in like 1997.
That's actually probably fair.
Like
Because
very
rosemary-
I mean, yeah.
The seasoning we used was rosemary, basil, and thyme.
I don't like that at all.
Other people, you don't like it? Oh, you're weird. Other people were telling me I was crazy to use that seasoning. They wanted me to use something else, but I told Andy he was wrong and made this seasoning. And
Frankie, look at that flaw.
Patrick's crazy. I like it.
It's not flavor wise. I thought it was gonna snap though a little more.
You
You
know,
do
I
it.
don't
Do
know
it.
if they deep fry these or what to do that.
There's no way, right? No, they air fry or the. Did you not put these in the air fryer or dehydrated?
No, I just put them in the
I
oven.
bet you we could put them in that. Nah, it's a Western
Cheese
product.
cultures, part skim milk,
Dude, I don't
salts,
even-
and enzymes. But,
Please, by all means.
oh, I will eat them all. Do you want to try one of those?
But to compare the control.
Mm-hmm. I did find out an interesting thing, though. If you don't have a cheese grater, a 3/16 plate and your grinder will do perfectly fine job on cheese. All right, so those you like, those you don't.
I wouldn't get them, but I mean the amount of protein and like one carb, no sugar. I mean,
That's an
there's
awesome
other things
snack.
about
It's
that
an
that I would
awesome
be
snack.
about. It needs dipped in something maybe, but
But then you're going to ruin that.
exactly.
They have one that's Asiago. Maybe we'll try something like that
Yeah.
next. But I'm not done on this. I'm really happy with how these came out.
Yeah.
Patrick's.
I'm
has
more of a
the-
big. It's tough for me in the
You
middle
have
of
the
the day.
palate of a young child.
I kind of do, like, but it's funny because I make fun of my friends who I think have that. But like I was telling you earlier, like 10 minutes ago, I was like, I go, oh, I love the new BK chicken sandwich, and I was like, get the one with veggies on it. I was like, I never used to even like vegetables on anything growing
You're
up.
growing.
Or yeah, but I mean, but that goes with like, I'd have my brother turn around. And I go, oh, no, this has mayo on it. Now it's just like I wouldn't eat something if it doesn't have mayo.
Now, so the Burger King menu is opening up to you. as you get
Exactly.
older.
Oh, that's like it's almost like DLC on a video game. Finally, can afford this when I turn 20 something.
Fair point.
Yeah, I was
Fair
just
point.
like,
All right, so the third experiment. Is it coming
your
up?
foam screen's coming up. Yeah.
The third experiment we have is something that's been going on for a while in the fridge. Had we done this a couple of days ago, there wouldn't have been any result. But one of the things I've always heard in every manual for every vacuum sealer I have ever read, it says to blanch your broccoli and other vegetables before you vac seal them. The reasoning behind that is if you don't blanch them, they will start to off gas. So you'll have a perfect vacuum seal, and then you'll come back, and you won't have a perfect vacuum seal because the vegetable has started to release some gases. So you then have gas inside. So, probably should have had these up here ready.
John, you want to boost our volume?
Wouldn't it have been fun if I just walked away
Oh, I would have
and
been
left
fine.
the rest to you?
I would have been fine.
So I've got both chambered and unchambered bags here, and blanched and unblanched. So first, let's go the blanched chambered. That's about a week and a half, 10-ish days. Pretty good seal, right?
So this is blanched.
That's the one that is blanched.
Yeah, you go around the. I mean, there's no like giant like, oh, there's a pocket there. I'll let him get on a piece of cheese. Okay, yeah, blanched looks pretty sweet.
Okay.
Still see moisture in there, but yeah, I mean, what do you expect? What are you
right.
gonna expect?
Blanched, chambered.
Oh, interesting.
So all you have to say is yes, they're good seals.
They are great. I mean, yeah, they're great seals.
Okay. Now look at that. That is unblanched, chambered. Or sorry, unblanched, no chamber.
Gaps everywhere.
Tons of it, right? I mean, you can actually just do that.
Comical.
Pull it.
And you can just see it.
It's all over the place. It's got tons.
And I can manipulate it in the bag now.
And the number of experiments I've done here before that have failed, I hope you believe I didn't do that for... The funniest one
We'll tell you if it doesn't work, yeah.
The funniest one was the cold meat one, where I was so sure it was going to grind so much faster, and dead on exact same time.
Boop. Yeah.
That was
those timed ones.
embarrassing.
We come in, he's like all ready to go on the pro cut and stuff. I mean, what are we doing? He's like, we're doing time trials.
No. The pro cut, it was faster.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the outlier. Well, that would make sense, but.
That was a 12 pro cut against a 22 Weston, and the 12 pro cut beat it.
Yeah, and then the other ones were too marginally, just like you said,
The temperature
identical.
was too close, I guess. Well, I was saying something right before you got to that, and
No, we're talking about the vac bags on the broccoli.
pretty sure nope, it's gone.
Happens to the best
We
of us.
had a slight setback on our jerky kit page. The goal was to give you one page that you could go to that would list in drop-down format all seasonings, additives, equipment, and anything else you would use to make jerky. We are having a problem with that. We might have to adjust our goal, adjust what we want it, or what we can make it look like. If you go to the main page of Walton's Inc. and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see some sliders. One's like one's new arrival, featured, and you can scroll through them. We might have to create a page that's under the jerky seasoning category, like waltonsinc.com/jerky seasonings, and it would just be like a slider for seasonings, a slider for additives, and a slider for equipment. You'd still be able to add products right from that page, but it wouldn't be exactly what we're thinking. So, whatever. We keep trying on that. Neil asks what I did with Austin. So Austin is down at AMP.
Yep.
So that's American Association of Meat Packers. They're having their yearly convention in Oklahoma City. So they go down every year. He's down there with them now. He's actually giving a class on Saturday about marketing. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, you should be good at that.
Why is he not giving the class to me?
You're lucky we let you do these.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I'm just saying, if he's got a lot to say on Mario, I want to hear about it.
So yeah, a couple people still saying sounds like it's a little muted.
It sounds
but,
fine.
Yeah.
They're crazy. That's right, guys. It's your problem.
I really like a microplane for hard cheeses. I have no idea what a microplane is.
I read
I'm
that and just went, I
assuming
don't know what
it's
that
like a grater, like a really, really fine grater.
Microplane for I think
Like, do you think a plane, like that plane you used to use in wood shop class? Actually, you probably didn't have.
I
shop
didn't have
class.
wood shop class. I've seen movies where
What
the wood
are
shop
they
class
teaching?
is in there. I'm 30 years old, by the way. I don't want to act like people watch this offhand and they think I'm 19. I'm just turned 30. But still, probably for our audience, that doesn't help them. They probably still think I'm young as heck.
Yeah,
So.
that is young to us.
See, you're grouping yourself with older people.
So somebody tell me what a microplane is, please.
Seriously, you don't have a microplane? It's probably like a super small plane.
All right, so that's cool. We will do a couple of winners. We will give one a combination hat and shirt, one shirt, and one a hat. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
You don't even know what I said?
Something about the shirt and a hat. John, quick question. The Supreme Pizza brat you made with pepperoni and mozz, was that 1 pound pepperoni to 5 pounds, or
Is
was
that
it
what
10
that's called?
pounds?
Like, it's a little thing with a handle, and it's slightly curved.
Oh, the zesting limit.
Yeah, I would call it a zester.
Zester, yeah.
I didn't know that was called a microplane.
Yeah. Just put it on the Davenport.
Jeremy, there's a lot of conspiracies about what we did to Austin here.
The
Nice cover story. They actually dumped Austin in the back 40.
What are all these references you guys have, though? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys think we would kill Austin. That would be a terrible career
I don't even know if
decision
we'd get
for me.
paid anymore, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brett might not want to have this department anymore.
That'd be a
This is
fun.
Austin's
Oh, that
thing.
could be a cool sales video. Us trying to find out what to do with the body, and then we cut back every once in a while. to
Feels a little
sales.
dark.
No, I mean, we want to have a proper burial, but we're always trying to think of new monthly ideas. So
Yeah, yeah. One of the things we have to do this year, and we can actually make it really good this year. I don't think we did one last year. In years past, we have done a scavenger hunt on waltonsinc.com. We will create a couple of really big coupons, or even just like free products
scavenger hunt on the site.
on the website.
That'd be cool.
So we will put little Easter eggs. You'll have to find them. It'll give you a clue to go to the next one, clue to go to the next one, clue to go to the next one. We should do that to kick off the pre-Thanksgiving sale this year.
Yeah, that could be really cool. Yeah, we could do
And we can bounce them back between Meatgistics and waltonsinc.com.
maybe little hints or clues on social media if we were even posting on that at that time. Just kind of spitballing, but
I'd rather leave it on just Meatgistics and Waltons.
Totally cool.
We can advertise. We can talk about it on.
I just don't know if that does a lot for us with.
No, it doesn't do anything for us.
That's what I'm
It's just
saying. I don't even think
something
it's like
fun.
it's about having a presence, I guess. But yeah.
Oh, you're talking about social media.
Yeah, exactly. No,
I
I
thought-
love
yeah.
the idea of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But again, that doesn't do anything for us. It's just something fun.
No, I think people get a kick out of it.
Fun way to interact.
Yeah. Almost make them really, really hard to find. I'm going to put something on page 54 of equipment. Get lucky.
So you were right. You're getting quite a few 30s a baby.
I know it,
comment.
yeah.
So we're like on the high end of the target demo, I guess.
Sure.
So we're bringing.
Well, especially with the 22 people in YouTube chat, maybe.
So I don't know if people not in Wichita know this, but Patrick is now the voice of Waltons.
Mm-hmm.
He does all of our radio commercials. He does a bunch of our readouts. Like it used to be my voice telling you to like do this and that.
Yeah. Well,
And
we
then
just
we're
made.
just like,
You know what's funny?
he's
The
gotta-
change happened because I just like. I would need stuff like I'm working on something and I'm kind of one of those like I want it done right now.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like either gonna lose the thought or the momentum. So it's like, but then John would be at lunch and I'm like, I'll just cut it to lay it down. And then I was in here, and I'm one of those. I never really heard my voice that much. And then we started to lay it down. I was like, I go, no, do more like this. And I just did one. And we were like, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And then we were like, well, just have you do it. And I think we had you do the first one we recorded with like our nice equipment. And they were just like, I'll just cut one.
We actually did a thing where you and I both did it.
And then I just
And we
edited
did-
mine.
And but we went through and decided which
listen,
one we
yeah.
liked better.
I think I can have. Well, I don't know. I like because you're the on screen a lot, so
Right.
it makes sense. But it also makes sense to like that
Change
you,
it up.
that you wouldn't do it. That we would
And
have a broadcast
just being
kind of voice
Completely
to it.
honest, I like your voice more than I like mine.
I think it suits kind of what we're the intensity level and like what we're selling and stuff. Like I'm not too monster trucky, but I'm not too spoken word. So it's like there's
Sunday. Scavenger hunt for a free PK 100. That won't happen.
use the word free a lot. It's
Yeah.
you got to say save 250 on
Something.
it or something.
Yeah, no, the PK 100, one of those things where I think we are looking to do.
Oh,
like a
PK's coming
Waltons-
out too to the
Oh, that's a
cook-off.
good point.
Forgot
Not
to
that
bring him
PK
up.
though.
No.
PK, like the PK TX, the aluminum grills, they're going to be down here
Yes.
putting on a clinic.
So
on,
there's different PKs, is what you're saying. Is that different
Yes.
brand?
no,
But
they're totally different brands.
okay,
100%
So
separate.
PK stands
PK
for
is just the PK 100 is just one model that Pro Smoker makes. It's just
Okay.
called the PK. PK is their.
so there's
brand.
just
it's
there's
confusing.
no, I get it. There's just a carryover with product name and another company's real name.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So we gotta have we filmed all the ones we're gonna film for now of dry marinades?
All the ones for now, we might be. Yeah, I think we'd have 6 total, maybe.
Oh, then we have more to film.
Maybe 5. Yeah,
'Cause
we
have we
definitely
filmed
probably
4?
Maybe, yes.
Film 4. So we're doing a series right now that actually has jumped ahead of the Walton's road trip series.
Because it should be quicker, I think.
We think so. Of the Walton's dry marinades. We looked at those, and year over year, especially in the last 2, we sell way more of them than we used to. But they are incredibly good, and we should be selling more of them. So we're coming out with some videos that are focused, each one on a specific dry marinade. We're going to get them all done, release them all at the same time. And when we do that, we have set up a promotion that will have a coupon code that any order over X number of dollars, you're going to be able to pick one of the dry marinades and get that for free.
Did we do 1 or 5 pounds of pepperoni when you did it with the meat? If it's 10
I think I did 1 pound, 10%. So 1 pound to 10 pounds.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, I'm almost positive. We're talking about with the Supreme
you
pizza?
wouldn't have used 5 pounds of pepperoni. That would have just been hard
much.
to source. Yeah,
Yep.
we had those like tubes
Wouldn't have been
going.
hard. Those things are
I
like
get it. Yeah, but like considering, because I remember when we threw it in there, I was like, oh, it looks like a decent amount for just what we did. So
yeah, it was 10%. I'm almost positive.
if not, I mean, you know what's the cool thing about this? Like, it reminds me of like because I drum for fun, so it reminds me of like there's no right way to do any of this kind of, but there's a million wrong ways, so to speak.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Sure.
it's like a lot of this is personal preference. Like if John did 1 pound of pepperoni, you could maybe do 2.75 pounds, and you would just have to adjust it accordingly and stuff. But
Absolutely just personal preference.
yeah, a lot of. I mean, but like,
All right, I'm drawing a winner for the hat.
I would ask a lot of like layman's questions with regards to any hobby, and before you know it, you're just like, oh, I guess it is just whatever I want out of it. So, because I do know a lot of people when they first start getting into like meat processing, they often ask, do you have a kit or something? Like they want that dummy button of like, here, steer me in the right direction so I don't embarrass myself, but I have good enough equipment to do what I want to do and learn with it. So,
okay,
fun little
Jeremy
process.
Ridley. Jeremy, you won a hat.
Jeremy Ridley, I see his name all the time.
Yep. So let us know. We'll email you. Just let us know what hat you want. We'll go ahead and get that sent out. Right now, we have those. We still have the digital camo, which I was wearing all the time until I got this. This is fading.
Good.
Like I've been over wearing this. I need to switch back to the digital camo sometime. What else do we have? We have another hat than that.
Which one? That orange one? We have a couple. I mean, the
Camo,
woodland.
camo.
There's the cool camo.
Orange
yeah.
camo, orange.
There's a blue.
Gray. That is that is them.
Yeah.
Oh no, we have the all black.
Oh, all black.
The
Yeah,
all
with
black
the
one.
kind of a grayish color.
Silverish,
Waltons. Yeah,
yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
It's almost a jogger's hat, honestly. Like if you want something to work out in.
Sure.
Very breathable. I almost think that material is probably meant for
To do
that.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially compared to those guys up there. Like I said, I like the vented backs for like working all day. The camo in the front's like a new era fit. It's flex fitted, so you'll have your option of like a small, medium, and then a large, extra large. And then the other two very also lightweight, different materials to them.
All right, and we've got some new Excalibur seasonings coming in. Let me get it pulled up, and we can. I guess I can't do this the way I thought I could.
Oh, that's too bad.
That is too bad.
So
pull
wait,
up my email.
if I say the words dragon's breath, what protein do you think of immediately that goes on?
God, that's a good question.
Well, and the only I asked earlier because a new person was asking me a
I
question,
think
and I was like,
pork,
yeah.
but it's not meant for that.
Well, is it? I mean, I guess I asked the wrong. Like, is it meant to go on a jerky?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's more than one though. But the one that
we're
we're
getting.
okay.
Okay. So one of the ones of the new seasonings that we're bringing in, they should be in relatively soon, is Dragon's Breath kippered. I think it's called
Kemper beef.
kippered beef jerky.
Or it has Kemper in it for sure.
My laptop is completely.
Oh, just
frozen.
completely.
Just giving up here. But yeah, we brought that in kind of more than anything else because we really liked the name.
Yeah,
and
we
thought
can do
we
a
could
lot.
do some really cool advertising things
Yeah,
with it.
for
So we
sure.
decided to bring that in. And then that opened the gates to a couple other ones. We have a new dry marinade coming in, Hatch Citrus Marinade. Sounds really interesting. I like citrus things a lot, and anything hatch right now is fairly hot.
That hatch, so hot right now.
So hot right now. And then we are bringing in a Bavarian Oktoberfest sausage, which I'm sure is going to be just a huge hit. This is not coming back.
That's gone, huh?
Yeah. Let me see if I can bring it up on my phone.
Or I wonder if you're working on any projects over there.
I'm not. My laptop does this at this point, and that's all it does.
Just be orange.
All right, Bavarian. So that was Wednesday.
What else do we got coming up? Like I said, me and John will be leaving tomorrow to head down to AMP and meet up with the rest of the guys there and all that.
So we're going to take images or take videos. We're specifically going down to do the Cured Meat Championships. So we're going to try and talk to as many winners as possible there. Just basically, really, we'll
get an
talk
overview.
To anybody who did not finish last place.
I want to get like a nice.
To talk to a last place.
I want to get like a highlight out of it. That'd be cool.
But
Cured Meat Championship.
We're going to get some cool video, hopefully some cool audio. Hopefully we're going to get some time to talk to a few of the heads of some of these big meat departments like Iowa State. There's one in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure Oklahoma State is going to be there. So hopefully we can get just a little bit of time with them. Then probably how we'll do that is we'll just release a video, but then we'll also play the audio on a podcast and then talk about in more detail what we talked to those guys about.
Oh, that could be cool.
Because they're not going to have time to sit down.
And we can we could write a
45 minutes.
Meatgistics post with like each one of these little interviews we get to, so at least they're all in one place, so you guys can just rally through them.
All right, so the other ones are Wisconsin Summer Jalapeno Ranch Patty Mix. That could be really good if they can get the ranch right.
Yes.
Ranch is really hard to do in meat.
People that really like ranch they won't eat cheap ranch, and then homemade ranch has to be made a certain way.
Yep.
And they always come back to Hidden Valley, and I'm just like...
So the Hatch Green Chili, the Bavarian, and Loaded Liberty Sausage Seasoning.
That would have been great. Guess what we're slinging next 4th of July?
Yeah, another one that we could do a lot of cool advertising with.
I almost argue
Dress
maybe
me
those
up like
those two could just, maybe those are the ones that we try to like push
really
out there.
do.
Like do a little graphic with. My favorite little pieces of advertisement sometimes are those little 10-second things where you click on it and it takes you to a new page and you don't even realize it because you're so enticed with like, and it's usually merchandise and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll see it on stories though too. Yeah, do a hard.
I have to
hard
restart
reset.
this.
Wonder if you can even get through it, but yeah, I'll often take screenshots that I always just forget to send my coworkers here for like, hey, we should do this or do that. So I'll like, I remember a week or two ago showing you like Ozzy Osbourne T-shirts like on a story on Facebook. I go, stay with me now. I go, but look, each component though. I go, the background. I go, we change. I go, we put our product there. You know, change this, use our stuff. So it's like emulating to a point. But I'm always forgetting to send you guys that. But have them on there. That'll be on the car ride up. I'll show you.
Okay. I'll be driving, so you realize
I said
not okay.
I said what I said. You can drive and look at things.
No, I can't.
You're staring at the road. Hey, John, look at that cow over there.
That's the important thing.
I bet you'd see it.
Totally non-meat processing related, like the last 5 minutes has been. Shift, the Windows button, and S is the most important discovery of the last 30 years.
I like that one. I also argue the Windows V.
Yeah, but I don't like that one.
I like that one a lot.
All right.
Just think about it. You could just copy, and then go to something, and then hit that V, and then you actually click what you want pasted.
For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, if you have a Windows,
anything,
just try it. They're both amazing.
You guys got any questions?
This computer is going to die.
That's what happened to mine. It's just hard drive gave out.
I haven't even had this that long though.
But in laptop years, that thing's probably like 57 years old.
Don't get me into talking to how they don't make things to last anymore. Sorry, I'm trying to bring up the Gleam to draw another winner. There we go.
How about the Brazilian steakhouse rub?
Is that Tex?
Yeah. Ooh, can you?
Is that the Gacho one? Guacho?
So
I've finished mine.
We can't describe the Bavarian Oktoberfest because we haven't had
it yet.
Yeah.
One of the things that I did like in the ingredients was that it had, I can bring up the ingredients. It had dark beer notes, I believe, is what it said. I'll try and bring it up now so we can read the ingredients.
Tech said, yes, John, that is the one.
Really good. Really good. I
Neil.
posted something on Meatgistics.
Neil with the joke of the day, he said, John's laptop is older than Patrick.
I posted something on Meatgistics earlier today. We are looking at carrying a new line of seasoning. They're fairly popular, Spiceology. Tex was nice enough to gift Austin and I a shaker to try something out. I reached out to the company. They're wanting to do it. So we're planning on bringing like probably 6 or so seasonings to begin with. There's a post over on Meatgistics. If you want to suggest or look at what we're planning on bringing in, go on over and let us know. All right, Bavarian. One other thing. John, do we have a camera set up for John today?
Sure do.
Switch to you.
Number 3, I think. Wait.
Say hi to everybody.
Wait. I don't know if his is plugged in.
I can't see it.
Hello, everyone.
But John
We'll find out.
is currently doing a weekly post on Meatgistics that will be a breakdown of all of the big important news in the meat processing world. So similar to what we do on the podcast with Meat Matters, but we record those podcasts sometimes 2 weeks before they get released. So by the time we're talking about them, sometimes they're not as relevant anymore. So this is a way for us to let you know, get all the information out. And John, did we say we were going to post that under the Walton's blog?
Yeah, I put it under the Walton's blog, and then so it'll be released probably every Monday about 12:30. If not, it'll be Wednesday or 1:30. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
and then I'll update stories if like new stories come in every week.
That should be
I'll put links as the week goes on.
nice.
that should be what?
No, really. I mean, I'm kind of even like, because you and Austin will send each other like news articles about me, and I'm like, man, if there was just like a hub for it all, I'm gonna
That's
get
a
a lot of
pretty great
use.
idea.
I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this.
You know, I'm pretty smart. I'm looking for the ingredients list on this Bavarian. Excalibur doesn't have it on their website, and apparently we didn't put it anywhere either. I know I read that it has dark.
We should guess what
Beer
makes it
notes in?
Bavarian. Yeah.
I would imagine beer being beer, onions.
I was gonna say variant myself.
You were gonna say what was
Well,
that word?
You went with the B. I went with the variant.
Oh. All right. One last place I'm going to check for the ingredient statement.
John-
Sometimes we don't have it until we actually physically get it.
My wife and I toured Germany a few years ago. We were supposed to do a Rhine River cruise last year, but that was canceled. Cannot wait to go back. Yeah, that looked like my brother and one of my good friends. They went to Germany. I don't know anything about it.
Is there more
I didn't
coming
go.
to that
No,
story?
No. Well, more like if I was telling it to my friends where I could like freely say what I really wanted to say, but no. I'm sure they had a great time. I'm not a big traveler, but I definitely don't have the funds to do what they were doing, so.
All right, let me try and get to chat somewhere since this
Waste
closed
time,
down.
look at old buildings and act like I lived through experience.
This is for
Cold
the
travel.
shirt, and it is Vincent Yee.
Nice.
Vincent Yee.
Just
That's
the
for
shirt?
Yep, that's for the shirt. And then here in just a couple of minutes, we'll draw one that will be hat and shirt of choice. You can do the long
combo.
sleeve if you'd rather, Vincent.
Do we have a long sleeve in here?
Not in here.
It's more of a lighter gray. Touch of a heather, maybe. I mean, some grays
Yeah, it's lighter than
just
this.
happen to have that.
And then August 27th, I think, a Meatgistics guy, Jonesy,
Yep.
is coming through town. He and a buddy of his are in the HCEA, which is Historical Construction Conservation. Nope, that doesn't work. Basically, it's like they make sure that historical construction equipment and things of that nature are preserved, are known about. So we're going to give them the tour like I did for Paul and done for Tex tons of times. But then we're going to have him on the podcast. So we're going to talk about the history of some construction. He didn't know about Brutus and that's kind of a big thing in Kansas. At one point, it was the largest machine in the world. It's in southeastern Kansas, and it is truly enormous. We've talked about it before, I think, on like one of our big yearly live streams. And that is not what I named my dog after.
Well, I have a question for the people that went to Germany, circling back to that. There was one note that I thought was funny where my brother said, literally, they swore up and down. They went to not only one restaurant, but multiples, where my brother, who likes to drink beer, got beer and drank it, and it was cheaper than my friend who got water. They said water cost more than beer there.
So, Germany has something called the German beer purity laws.
I feel like
don't
you're
know
making
how-
this up.
No, they do.
No,
They
your
do.
face was
you
just
have to
like-
use like really specific ingredients. It has to be.
Oh, okay.
But I don't understand why that would make it cheaper than water.
That's what I mean. Maybe they want tourists to pay for their free water. I mean, there might be just something as simple as
A little bit of a, hey, if you're not man enough to drink beer at all days of the hour, you pay this price.
Maybe they happen to be at a location or two where it's like, come on, what are we doing? You know, I mean, but why? If I'm in Germany, though, I'm drinking beer. But
for sure. There we go. But yeah, so that'll be out in a month, right? Month and a half.
which one?
The one with Jonesy.
Yeah, we're not getting that far ahead. So no
we have-
later than 2 weeks.
Do we have
past-
any other guests coming? It's been a while since we've had a guest on the podcast.
Yeah, just me. Like we've had me and Austin over the last 5 weeks.
Hopefully, we'll
5,
find
6 weeks.
we'll get in touch with one of these professors down at AMP and get one of them on so we can ask technical questions.
I mean, honestly, it's been one of those things where I think we happened into so many guests at a good
For a
clip.
while there.
Yeah, so now it's like we might just have to I come in on them
Concentrate on
like a Monday or Tuesday in the morning and just kind of throw out either feel or emails or just call. I just like calling people on the phone. If I'm one person removed from them, I have no problem just like, hey, what's up? I thought it'd be a great idea if you're interested.
So
in
you're
stuff.
that psychopath that still likes talking on the phone.
I still, yeah.
Got it.
My parents still have multiple house phones, so.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted you.
Yeah. Well, if you did come over and I just have like an actual like rotary dial phone, I'm just like, what do you mean?
What is it? Come still or gassed?
That sounds like a creepy, like Lovecraft.
Yep,
Lovecraft
Ryan. I'm
novel.
aware. Joe loves the Spiceology rubs.
Oh, the ones with the periodic table.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about. Nestle, which is the world's largest food provider, is now in the.
Is that because of their water?
They're everything.
Yeah. What else
They're
does
in-
Nestle make?
I mean, all the chocolate, but even that's a very small.
That's why I'm
portion
asking.
of
What
it.
else
Yeah,
do they
they-
make? You don't know.
Harumph. Harumph.
Well, before you can get going, I want to get an understanding of the monopoly Nestle has.
Nestle. How would I look that up?
Nesquik is huge, right?
branch. Nestle worldwide.
Are you a Nesquik or a Yoo-Hoo guy?
I'm neither. I don't,
You're the guy who doesn't play the game.
I'm
Jesus.
an adult.
You hear this guy?
They have offices all over the world. I was just looking.
I would argue that most adults nowadays are way more childish on the internet than most kids are.
Nestle,
jobs,
Nestle
our
by far
brands.
over Yoo-Hoo, in my opinion.
I agree with that, John. Thank you.
Children. All right, so baby food, bottled
syrup.
water, cereals. They have Cheerios,
Oh,
Nesquik,
That's a water and Cheerios. You probably could have stopped there.
a
It's
bunch
like,
of
yeah.
different chocolates, coffee. I'm looking through Stouffer's, Hot Pockets,
Dude, they got it.
Carnation Instant Breakfast.
It's literally every aisle I shop down right now. It's like frozen food.
Boost, the nutrition thing. For ice cream, they have Dryers, Haagen-Dazs, and Nestle, and then they're huge in pet care too. Anyways, so they're huge.
Huge.
They are now in the lab cultured grown meat game.
Oh, okay.
So
we were talking about that the other day. But
That
now it's
more
that
than-
they're in it though.
yeah, we've been reading about this for a year and a half now, and was very much of the mind that this is a fad. This is not gonna ever take
When
on.
it's backed by the biggest backer you
Now-
can have.
now
they see
it's
meat on the
happening.
bone, so it's like
it's happening.
yeah. And at their level that they can expedite that. I mean, they just maybe press the fast forward on something by 10 years and we don't even know it.
Yeah.
Just by them getting involved.
What I need, I wonder if we could do a remote podcast or section of a podcast talking to one of my friends in New York who stays kosher because I want to talk to them about in Israel their lab growing pork. So for people who don't know what kosher is, there are rules that typically Jewish people eat by. Not all of them do it, but to be kosher, an animal has to have split hooves and chew their cud. So cow is good because it chews its cud. Pig is not because it doesn't. So with lab-grown pork, I'm interested from like it's not even ethical, I guess from a religious standpoint, how they will view that. I have a feeling, I don't want to speak for them.
Do you know it's got to be cooked on a kosher grill too?
A kosher grill? I didn't know that.
I watched an episode of Hogan Knows Best when I was like 13.
And it was kosher, not halal.
The word that they used was kosher.
Okay.
It was because he heard the guy was Jewish coming over, so Hulk Hogan did up some brats and stuff. He goes, "Hey man, no, I got the kosher stuff over here," and he goes, "I got the goods, the real meat over here." And he's like, "No," he goes, "That's all." He goes, "You got to throw it all out." He goes, "I gotta have a kosher." He goes, "What are you talking about?" And I think I don't know if it means like blessed by a rabbi or something else that happens. I have no idea, but I did find that fascinating. If that was even A, real, B.
I'm gonna do a ton of research on that and halal.
Totally.
And we'll talk to my friend up in New York who keeps kosher and see how he feels about that. Because
Dude, sounds like you need a new thing on Meatgistics where you just kind of have these passion projects where they're kind of one-offs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could just have that nucleus of where to be at. What in the world will John think of that? Like do a kind of thing like that.
That's not a bad
so
idea.
That way it's not weekly. It's not monthly. It's whenever you have time for it. And I think people could probably really get a kick out of that.
What's nice is we have help in the media department now. So I've actually struggled a little bit. Both the people we hired working out well. Enjoy working with them. I think they're doing a good job. I think they will blossom into their roles perfectly.
Yep.
But that does leave me a little bit like so used to running around trying to do 10 things.
Touch more wiggle room now.
That I get, but
Just
I get
touch more.
Almost like nervous is the wrong word. I get
feel like
antsy.
there's something that needs to be
right.
done.
So I'm like, what,
Yeah.
what? And then I'll just get up and do something like not random, but like not necessarily the best use of my time. It's just like I have to do something.
Yeah.
So,
I'll leave the room and I'm
neither
like,
here nor there.
I'm like, what am I getting water?
All right. We're drawing the big winner.
Big winner. See who's all still with us. Say what's up, guys.
And we've made so much jerky recently. How many pounds do we have, John? We said we had 80-something pounds?
I think it was 80. Yeah.
80 pounds of finished jerky right now. We'll go ahead and send jerky to all these winners, too. Sharon Beauvais. Beauvais or Beauvette? Sharon. Wait, did Vincent ever respond? I didn't keep an eye out.
I haven't seen him on there yet.
At all.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on there yet.
All right, I'm going to go back through and look for Vincent. If not, we will go ahead and redraw the... Yep, I don't see him. All right, so Sharon won the hat and shirt. Earlier, Jeremy won the hat. Yep. And I'm going to redraw Vincent's.
Name of my dentist. I don't think I've ever met. God, it's like now that when you're presented with a name, it's like how many Vincents have I met in my life? I don't think.
What?
I'm trying to think how many Vincents I've met in my life. Do you know anyone offhand?
From Italians in upstate New York?
Oh, jeez.
Or in anywhere in the Northeast. I don't know why I said
There's just a lot more names over
there. Larry Drummond. Larry's won quite a few times now, it feels like.
Has he?
So, Larry, you won the redraw. And Sharon's there. So, let's just hear from Larry, and we'll be all done, good to go. So, John.
Yeah, he said sodas were twice the cost of beer when he was in Germany. Wow.
Twice the cost of beers?
Probably roughly speaking, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's why I'm like, they punish the non-drinkers there. They go, oh, you think you're just going to hang out with your friends and not spend the tourist
I can
cash?
see why Germany might do it for sodas, because they tax like sugary drinks and stuff like crazy.
Oh, because they're bad for you?
Yes. But beer is great for you.
Well, I bet you the way they make it.
The last I remember, beer has a lot of sugar in it too. Am I wrong?
Some do.
Some do, yeah, for sure. The degrees of Plato, it's called, is the amount of sugar in it. I only know that because I kept seeing degree bottles on the side of beer, like beer labels, and I had to look it up. So I'm like, what is it telling me it's 130 degrees for? Don Hinkle says the grill has to be burned at a very high temps for over 40 minutes to burn off anything cooked to keep it kosher. Wow, that's crazy.
Is that it though? Like, it seems like there must be something else
See you, Lynn.
to it. Like, what else to be called kosher? Like I said, I wasn't joking. Like, does a rabbi have to bless it? Like, is there other steps, or is it just burning off imperfections? Because if it's burning off imperfections, there's gonna be, not that there's gonna be something there, but it's like, what are you guys talking about? It's like, it's a little common sensey where it's like, it touched there, it's burning there. Anyway,
You know what I mean? But I will look into it more.
cool.
Beer is bulk, soda and water is bottled. So it's everything's out of a keg in a beer. So it's tap. Could make some sense.
Yeah.
But I still don't see Larry Drummond. Oh, no. Yeah, he's there.
Is he?
Yep. And
Larry D. Thanks. Nice.
Sharon was there. All right. So all those winners, we'll reach out to you, find out what hat you want, if there's an option, what shirt you want, but the long sleeve shirt is
What
the
you're gonna-
default,
yeah.
I would say. Watch the shelf weight.
Maybe he was talking about. Yeah, some of them dip over there.
Shelf.
We redid these though. Nothing's heavy. Nothing heavy. I wonder if he's not even talking about our shelf.
That
Well, okay. Well, then that's the one heavy.
yeah, that Weller plate is fairly heavy.
Well, if you're looking from right here, the grinder kind of looks, and I think
This shelf.
I told
Yes.
you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
said that before we
I
started.
know.
That dips because there's
It's-
not a.
There's not a support underneath
Yeah.
it, but I guess we can move that. We've had that long enough where
This
it
is meant
doesn't
to be
need
like-
this spot of prominence anymore.
No, totally. I mean, it's meant to be a studio kitchen too, so it's not. I mean, while we still do use it, it's not like as practical as a. I mean, I don't use the word practical. It is.
I would say it's pretty practical.
But
But yeah, no, it does. Maybe I'll get under there and try and support it with something. Okay. You got anything else you want to say?
I don't know anything.
I've got nothing. So we'll see you guys. Are we gonna do one next week?
Yeah, I don't see why not, unless something catastrophic or we forget something scheduled.
So hold on, real quick. Next week, yeah, we should be here. The following week, I'll be gone. Austin will be gone. We won't be back till, or I won't be back till Friday. He won't be back till the next week. So we'll do one this upcoming week, but then we will not have one on the 29th.
Cool.
You're not allowed to do one without me. So.
Right, I won't be here that week. I don't think.
Oh no, Lynn's shelf collapsed. They were telling him to watch his shelf weight.
Okay.
All right, cool.